last time. Yamori and Nanaksa finally learned about Nanaksa's past from Kabura. They discovered that a vampire's weakness is an item from their human days, and Kabura had destroyed hers as a way to bid farewell to her past. Uguisa, realizing she had arrived too late, was frustrated but quickly consoled herself there were other ways to kill a vampire. Meanwhile, Kabura soon noticed traces of Uguisa's visit. She thanked Nanaksa for warning her in time, otherwise Uguisa might have already killed her. After Kabura left, Nanaksa told Yamori that, thanks to his help, her memories seemed to be slowly returning. She took him to an overlook explaining that this used to be her favorite place. Whenever she was troubled, she would come here and wonder about the flickering lights in the distant city. Eventually, she realized those lights were races of people living their lives at night. The thought of so many people doing different things living with different thoughts calmed her. It was then that she had her first real question. What are humans? Then why am I not one? Hearing this, Yamori remarked that if Nanaksa weren't a vampire, they might never have met. But since vampires are so long, he'd happily accompany her to create more favorite places together. Nanaksa smiled brightly at his words and took his hand. Their hearts drew closer in that moment. To protect themselves from Uguisa's attacks, the other vampires began gathering items from their human days. Midori headed to Akihabara for this purpose, and out of curiosity about otaku culture, Nanaksa dragged Yamori along. However, Akihabara had changed. It was no longer just a haven for hardcore otaku, much to Nanaksa's disappointment. She had hoped to see the legendary pure otaku there. With no other choice, they accompanied Midori to meet her thrall Love-kun, who turned out to be the exact kind of otaku Nanaksa had imagined. Excited, she wondered why Midori had never introduced him before. Did she hide him because she was embarrassed? But Midori simply replied, Love-kun is wonderful. What if someone tried to take him from me? Yamori and Nanaksa didn't see what was so special about Love-kun, until they learned that when he first discovered Midori was a vampire, his immediate reaction was to ask to become her thrall. His decisiveness made him seem surprisingly cool. Yamori asked if Love-kun had thought Midori was joking. But Love-kun explained, I've always struggled with people so I lived alone. But Midori never looked down on me. Becoming a vampire or whatever. As long as I can stay with her, I'll do anything. That made him even cooler in Yamori's eyes. After learning about vampires' weaknesses, Love-kun understood why Midori had come. As her devoted fan, he had once researched her human life and collected many of her old belongings. Though reluctant, he decided to destroy them for her safety. But when it came to his weakness, he stayed silent. The perceptive Yamori guessed it must be something related to Midori. Nanaksa jokingly suggested her underwear. But Love-kun clarified he got those after becoming a vampire, which raised questions they didn't have time to unpack. After several wrong guesses, Midori remembered Love-kun once mentioning a doujinshi he made. At the word doujinshi, Love-kun tensed up, revealing the truth. He confessed that after becoming a vampire, he found 500 unsold copies of a Midori-themed doujinshi he had drawn as a human. Rereading them was painful not because of attachment, but because the art was so bad it was basically a blacklist-worthy disaster. Still, for safety, they burned every copy. As the flames consumed his work, Love-kun could hold back tears. Nanaksa comforted him. The art was rough, but I could tell you put your heart into it. You can always draw a new one. With her plans repeatedly foiled, what will Uguisa do next? And what are the other ways to kill a vampire? Stay tuned to my channel for the latest updates on the next episode.